welcome to the second annual Alaskan Jeep Jamboree. Sue's our local coordinator. She put all this together, so if there's any complaints, please get a hold of her instead of me. We have 37 vehicles, 71 people, and I'm not, kids are people too. We've got 3 children and 1 dog. We're representing 10 states, England, and Austria. Absolutely no alcohol on the trails. We'll save that for tonight when we get in. We tread lightly, stay only on the designated trails and roads, respect the wildlife and the environment. Don't litter. If you see any litter out there, pick it up and bring it home. We'd like to leave Alaska better than we found it, and it's already as beautiful as it can get.
That's it. It's taken us 24 hours to get here. Lots of talk, lots of promises. Okay, we'll be with you in a minute. And this is it. We're off on the trail. Jeep Trek, Alaska, 1997. I guess it's fair to say, Greg, that you're not quite the daddy of the Jeep Jamboree, but the son of the daddy of the Jeep Jamboree.
I am the son of the daddy of the Jeep Jamboree program.
What is Jeep Jamboree? What does it mean to the American public, and indeed the international public?
The Jeep Jamboree is a family-oriented recreational ride. We're not a race. We're not mud boggers. We're not monster trucks. It's just recreational four-wheeling for the family.
Mm-hmm. And you do it everywhere from here in Alaska to the States, obviously. Any other countries around the world?
We're starting to do some stuff in Australia, and we've got a trip lined up in Mexico this year.
What about Britain? Any chance of maybe you guys getting over to our neck of the woods?
We looked at some stuff in Scotland, Hadrian's Wall.
All right.
It looked real prospective.
Okay, I think Scotland's still in Britain, but we're not sure about that anymore. So listen, what you see people from all walks of life, kind of the professional guys almost, then the guys like us who are on the fringe, the journalists, and you see members of the public. What are the big mistakes? What are the biggest mistakes people make when they go off-roading? If somebody's gone out and bought a Jeep, Cherokee or a Wrangler, where do they go wrong the first time they go out into the wilds?
Most people go wrong with speed and power. You can do most trails in low range, first gear, but people get scared and they want to get more power and they spin their wheels, they get to jumping and hopping, where if they just relax and let the vehicle do the work, they'd find they can go a lot more places without doing any damage to the vehicle.
Yeah, and I mean, do you find that people are a little bit too adventurous and that they take too many chances? Should they be going in convoys, for example? I know yesterday we got stuck. I got stuck in a place that I didn't believe I would have got stuck, and had I been on my own, I would have been completely screwed.
You should never go by yourself. You should always take at least one other vehicle. You should have some type of communication, a CB radio, a cell phone, water with you, enough supplies to last a day or two.
Please don't think I'm flippant when I'm saying this, but what about a few cans of beer along the way? I'll tell you why I asked. You know, if you think of the way that the sailing fraternity operate, you know, the yachties, they're always there with their case of beer, and there's other sort of recreational activities. Beer is an essential part of it. What about in four-wheeling?
It doesn't add anything to four-wheeling. It makes it a little more dangerous, and like I say, for our program in particular, it's a family event, and we just don't need to drink.
The reason I ask is that you said specifically yesterday, hey guys, you know, in the daytime, forget it. In the evening, that's the time to do it, and that's the message maybe that we should put across.
Right. In the evening when you get in, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not against anybody having a beer in the evenings once you're in. It just adds danger to the trails that's unnecessary.
Sure. And how good are these vehicles, these Jeeps? I mean, I know you're not exactly.
You think I might be partial? Yeah.
Well, you tell us. I mean, you must have tried other vehicles. Just how good are the Cherokees and Wranglers?
Chrysler furnishes me a vehicle, and I put 40,000 miles on a Grand Cherokee, and it was probably that 40,000 miles, 20,000 was off-road, and it's never been to the shop for anything but routine service.
Mm-hmm. That's good. The shop, we call that the garage.
The garage.
The shop is where you go and buy a pint of milk.
Okay.
You call it
the garage. The garage. It hasn't had to have any repairs.
Okay. And tell us, come back to the start of the Jeep Jamboree. How did it get off the ground?
It was started as a fundraiser in Georgetown. It was the community just needed funds for like the Rotary Club, and they started it, kept it locally based, all the lunches, dinners, and everything. So it was a community fundraiser, and it was fun for everybody to do. And from there, it's just snowballed and progressed, and we still keep it in small communities like Hatcher Pass here. Look at the boost we're giving this gas station this morning, and the local Motherlode Lodge did all the meals and stuff.
Yeah, so you're putting money into these local communities that otherwise wouldn't, certainly we wouldn't be here, would we?
Right.
Spending our money, drinking their beer in the evening, after the driving. And the other thing you said to us was, I thought, a great line yesterday when you talked to us about the litter. What's your official message on that one?
Pick up anybody else's litter you see out there and leave the trails better than you found them. If we can keep leaving things better, we'll keep trails open.
So-
if we leave them worse, they're going to close them on you.
So don't just pick up your own litter, pick up other people's
Pick up
litter.
the other litter too.
That's a good way of looking.
And if everybody does that, there won't be any litter to pick up.
I've done the Jeep Jamboree about 5 years ago. I think it was the 40th anniversary one in the States. Of course, the Rubicon, which is the
premier
Jeep-
trail.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one or two of those little Japanese 4x4s tried that once, didn't they, without too much success?
There's been a lot of them in there. There's been a lot to go in there with success too, but there's been a lot that don't get past the first bowl or Spider Lake too.
And what do you think of our very own British Land Rovers?
They're a good vehicle. Great.
Any others sort of stick in your mind? I know that you're, as you said, you're not entirely impartial, but any others that you admire from a distance?
No, not really. I'm pretty much the Grand Cherokee's pretty much converted me.
Right.
The TJs for the Rubicon are unbeatable.
Right. So you're a Jeep guy.
I'm a Jeep guy.
Thanks a lot. Thanks,
Thank
Greg.
you.
Cheers.
All right.